We're disappointed with the attempt murder finding. We truly believe that if Officer Forcillo went up as he did and said that he had made a mistake in the second volley, but it truly was a mistake, that the jury would accept that. They didn't. We're a little concerned that it might be a compromised verdict that took place, but we weren't in the jury room, and so it's not for us to say. We have to deal with the verdict now. This is phase one of a long road for us. We have a motion coming up sometime that will be in March or April to stay the proceedings, and we'll have the matter reviewed for an appeal as well. So I think it's early days still for Officer Forcillo. He's still got a lot of fight ahead of him.
Obviously, he's disappointed in the verdict, as Councillor Peter Brody just said, but he understands that this is far from over. As Peter said, we have a stay application, and also we're looking at the possibility for appeal. So this process is far from over, but clearly he is shocked and disappointed by this verdict.
What do you mean by a stay proceedings? Is it a more appropriate charge, or are you looking for the charges to be dropped altogether?
No, so a stay of proceedings happens after finding of guilt, but before a conviction is registered, and essentially it disentitles the state to a conviction because of an abusive process. We say that the abusive process is that Constable Forcillo substantially followed the police training he was given, and so if the state gave him that training, they should not be entitled to a conviction in the matter.
And so it would mean, in the end, if you were awarded this, what would it mean for Forcillo?
It would mean a stay of proceedings, and he would presume to be still innocent of the charges. Well, we thought the suicide by a cop was a huge part of our defense. It was a huge part going in. We were shocked and disappointed we weren't allowed to put that to the jury, and I believe it would have had an effect with the jury. How much of an effect? I don't know, but I believe it could have changed the outcome on the attempt murder charge. Well, what I think is, I think it started off with a trial by YouTube is what it started off, because what we know is within 7 minutes of the incident taking place, it was posted all over YouTube. People, all kinds of negative comments about what had taken place before they heard the officer's side of the story. So when we started this trial, it's probably one of the only trials I've ever had where every juror who came in, who was a potential juror, said they knew about the case and they had formed an opinion already about the case. My take on it was a negative opinion that they'd already formed because they hadn't heard the officer's side of the story. Clearly
this sends a chilling message to our members, and our goal is to keep our members engaged, keep them out there doing their job. But when you have an officer who is vindicated for the first 3 shots, as Peter Brody said, and then who said, listen, my training, I made a mistake, and then he's put in this position, it sends a chilling message to our members, and that's going to be a challenge for our frontline members to deal with this issue. It has definitely impacted the psyche of frontline officers.